What is up, guys? Stark here. I am back for another Fate video, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at my most wanted servants for 2023. Now this is a part of the 25 days of Fate, but I am not labeling these day 2, day 3, day 4 anymore. I am pre-recording a lot of these videos and I'm not sure which ones I'm going to upload at what point in time, and in order to save me hassle later on, we're not going to put a label to this video. So whenever you guys see it, it should be at some point in December for the 25 days of Fate or the 12 days of Fate or whatever I end up going with. So we're gonna just try and cut that out. But anyway, we're gonna be talking about the most wanted servants for 2023 for me. So for me personally, I've been playing since day one. Obviously, I have a lot of characters at this point in time in the game. So a lot of these are just gonna be servants that are just new characters. Typically, I do one servant that's a new character, one servant that's already out that I don't have. As the years go, we get more and more characters, and this becomes harder and harder for me to do. However, we are able to, scrap together a full roster of servants. Now, some of them are 4-star servants. It's the only way to make this possible. So there will not be a separate video for the 4-star servants. That's kind of what I was getting at here at this. There are just not too many 4-star servants that I don't have. I think there's only one 4-star servant I don't have currently, and then it would just be new characters, and most of the new 4-star servants are welfare servants anyway, so really not a whole lot for that video there. So we do have a couple 4-star servants in this video. Most of them are 5-star servants though. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into it. As usual, we will start with the Sabers. Now, the interesting thing for this is that a couple of these characters are actually available as of this recording. So things could change, but as of this recording, my most wanted Saber for characters that are already released is going to be Ibuki. Now, yeah, she's the only one that I need, and there will be a lot of those where a lot of the servants that I do need are the only ones available, but at the same time, that's why I need them, right? So that's the whole point of this list. So I need Ibuki. She's the only Saber, only 5-star Saber that I currently do not have. She is currently available, so I might go ahead and pull for her. But as it stands right now, I don't have her, so she is going to be the most wanted Saber for me. As for the new character, the new servant that I do want for Sabers is going to be Muramasa. He's probably one of the most sought after servants for NA players. Very good servant. I really tried really hard to get him when he came out in JP. Failed miserably. So hopefully we're going to be able to rectify that and get that taken care of. Muramasa's expected release is going to be January 2023. That one's pretty set in stone there, New Year servant. So we should be getting that at the beginning of the year. And definitely going to try everything I can to walk away with Muramasa this time. Alright, so next we have the Archers class. And for Archers, my most wanted servant that's already out is going to be the Archer of Shinjuku. It's been a little while since I've had the opportunity to go ahead and get him, and that's going to be pretty much the same thing for this year. I believe the only way I would be able to get him would be in the GSSRs, so I might have to do that. But in order for me to get Moriarty, I'm going to have to do something, and hopefully this is the year that I finally grab him and cross him off the list. Alright, and then for Archers, for the JP version, we're going to go with the 4-star. It's going to be Bao Han Sith. Won't say the real name because that could be a potential spoiler. I probably said the fake name or the other name wrong. But anyway, 4-star Archer. The only new Archer, well, I guess there's a couple 4-star Archers coming out, but no 5-star Archers this year. So I had to pick one of the 4-star Archers, and that is the one that I do want the most there. Moving on over to Lancers. Now this Lancer's technically not actually out in the game yet, but they will be coming out in this year, so I am going to include that in the list, and it's going to be Vritra. Now I am including Vritra here because I do not plan on pulling for her, so the odds of me getting her pretty low if I'm not going to be pulling for her. So I do expect that I will need her in 2023, and she's not limited, so I should be able to get her at some point over the course of the game. And she's also the only Lancer that I don't currently have, so pretty much by default there. And then for the new ones for JP, we're going to have Melusine. Really cool character. Definitely looking forward to this character a lot. Now, there are a lot of characters on this that I just, oh, well, that's the only character I need for that class, so we're going to go ahead and just put them down. But Melisandre's actually a character that I'm really interested in getting my hands on and using. Probably going to level them up pretty quickly, and I'm pretty excited to use this character. Don't have them on JP, so really looking forward to trying to get them on NA. Then moving over to the Rider class, we do have Iskander again on the list. One of the most sought after characters for me personally. Really cool character, and he's been around for a while, and I've just not been able to get them. Once again, we'll more than likely have to pull for them on the GSSR at some point, one of them, in order to try and get them. But hopefully, at least we can get a couple of these GSSR characters that we're trying to roll for, or at least one of them. If I can get one of them, I'd be pretty happy. And then for the JP version, the character that we're going to be trying to go for the most for the Riders, and really it's only a 5-star Rider that is going to be available this year, and that's going to be Zhang Zia, who is going to be one of the Christmas time servants. Again, this one is more of one of the ones that's just there by default because there's only one 5-star servant. Don't know too much about the character, but will definitely be on my list of characters to pull for sure. So next up for casters, we do have Da Vinci, who is just like Iskander, one of the characters I've been trying to get for a while. Missed them the first time around, and I've been regretting it ever since, and just trying to go ahead and fix my mistake. I do have a couple other characters like that on this list as well. Thankfully though, I do believe that Da Vinci has a rate up banner in the year of 2023, so hopefully I'll be able to finally cross her off the list. For the JP side, we're going to go with Izumo no Okuni. There were a couple characters that I could have chosen from on the list of casters. Always seems like we get a pretty fair amount of casters every year. But I did go with Izumo. They have a pretty cool character design. I do like their skill set, and I'm kind of looking forward to making some teams with them and just kind of experimenting and seeing what they can do. But most of all, just like the character, the design, and that was enough for me to just go ahead and put them on the list. Next up for assassins, we do have the 4-star Nito Chris as my most sought after assassin. Once again, I talk about this all the time. Really regret not pulling for her. She's the only summer character I don't have, and I do not believe I'm able to get her this year outside of a potential GSSR pull. Thankfully though, there is another banner that does come around. It won't come out this year, it'll come out next year, where it does have the summer characters available, and they're rated up by day, so I should be able to get Nito Chris at very minimum in 2024. Hopefully we can get her before then though, but I do not think it's really possible outside of a GSSR if they're even on that. But yeah, that's the only assassin I need, so makes the list there by default, even if I can't get her this year. Then over on the JP side, we have the Anniversary Servant, and going to be Koyanskaya of the Light, who is going to be a really good Buster Servant, kind of gives Buster some new life back into the meta. Really looking forward to getting her. It seems like every other year they have a broken Anniversary character that just changes things in the game, and we had Caster Artoria this past year here, so now we're looking forward to getting another character that just changes the year, or changes the meta for the year. So really looking forward to getting her. Definitely towards the top of the characters I'm looking for overall. Over on the Berserker side, I do have Kintoki here. Kintoki was the biggest fumble for me of 2022. Probably one of the most sought after servants for me during the year. Unfortunately, was not able to get him to come home. And now here we are again, just needing to get him to complete the list. It's very unfortunate. I'm very disappointed I wasn't able to get Kintoki. I was in like prime position to be able to do so. I had a ton of courts, and it just didn't work out, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. You know, these things do happen. So I do have another chance to be able to get him later on in the year. So fingers crossed for that. But yeah, Kintoki is on the list there. Over on the JP side, we have Morgan. Morgan's definitely one of my top characters for the year, regardless of class, and definitely one of those characters where I'm going to do whatever I gotta do to get the character. There's some characters that you just like, if I don't get the character, I don't get the character. But for me, Morgan is definitely a character that I am planning on walking away with at the end of the banner. And then for special class, to wrap it up here, for characters currently available, I do have Doman on there. We whiffed on getting Doman earlier on in the year, so hopefully this will be able to be a good chance to pick him up and get him, cross him off the list, and move on. If I don't get him, I'm not too disappointed. I won't be too disappointed, other than just not being able to cross him off the list. But yeah, not much to say there. Really not many special class characters that I don't currently already have. And then for the JP version, now this one's a little different, right? So I do have Avenger Ushi on here as the character I want the most, but it's not really the character I want the most. There are a couple other characters that I do want more than her, but this is just a matter of revenge for me. So if you guys have been following my channel, you saw what I did when she came out on JP initially, and I got absolutely destroyed, and I'm out for revenge. So I'm going to get Avenger Ushi here, and that's why she's on the list, because she is the character that I'm going to try to get the most. Not necessarily the character I think is the best for the special classes. I do actually think there are a couple characters better than Ushi for special class for the year, and we'll talk about them in a different video, but she is definitely the character that I want the most just because of the revenge factor. So yeah, that's gonna round out my list for the year. Hopefully we can go ahead and get most of these characters. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are looking forward to the most for the year. If you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I have the links below to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord. So definitely check those out. I'll see you guys next time.